You do not lack manifestation, but you interrupt it. And that interference is not something that's happening to you, but it is rather the moment when your attention stops occupying one state and quietly accepts another. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to our The Power of Awareness, Neville Goddard's book reading, where we adapt his teachings to nervous system lens to our perception of our modern language. Today we will explore chapter 11, Interference. It is a very important chapter because through nervous system lens, we will be noticing where our attention actually stops working in our favor and when it begins to work in our favor. Because if our system doesn't feel familiar and safe yet inhabiting one state, it won't stabilize. But here we will learn how to stabilize our state. I also included a very nice real practice for you guys for the moments when you feel pulled out from the state. All right, so as usual, if you want the entire chapter reading, here is the card on the screen. You can click there. All right, so now let's begin. You're free to choose the concept you will accept of yourself, or therefore you possess the power of intervention, the power which enables you to alter the course of your future. The process of rising from your present concept to a higher concept of yourself is the means of all true progress. The higher concept is waiting for you to incarnate it in the world of experience. All right, so Neville Goddard is being super clear in here that we are never trapped in the single versions, in the single concepts of ourselves, right? We are constantly shifting and moving between the concepts of self, and we have a conscious choice, actually. And every moment is an act of our acceptance of a certain state, every moment. So intervention is never force, it is rather something we choose. Like first choosing new identity and then sustaining attention there, our attention there, so that that new identity becomes natural in our own expression. All right? Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us, unto him be glory. He quotes here Bible as usual, and he defines here two simple truths: imagination and attention. Imagination, he says that it's more like a creative power here. Every human being has capacity for imagination. We're very lucky to have it. It is our creative power. And also there is attention, right? This is the mechanism that operates that. And simply put, imagination is something what you choose, and attention is something what you sustain. But also, please be mindful that creation is not efforting. It is rather a direction of attention within your imagination, you guys. This is very important. Attention is, as you know, is kind of fluid. It has to have focus. And wherever it goes constantly, that one becomes your lived state. I will give you an example. Let's assume that any dream, our dream, is already a done deal. It is already done. Feel it. All right? And does your attention shift throughout the day? Do you check your phone? Do you replay past outcomes? Do you align past experiences with this one? Do you question it? You see, any answer is yes on this one. It doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that simply you guys stopped inhabiting the assumption of your choice. That's all. So bringing back your attention to what's instead of familiar, to what's desirable. This is the key in here. All right? Let's continue. Him that is able to do more than you can ask or think, or your imagination, and the power that worketh in us is your attention. Understanding your imagination to be Him that is able to do all that you ask, and attention to be the power by which you create your world, you can now build your ideal world. Imagine yourself to be the ideal you dream of and desire, and remain attentive to this imagined state. And as fast as you completely feel that you are already this ideal, it will manifest itself as reality in your world. Remain here is the operative word, you guys, because remaining is not even effort or control. It is rather continued acceptance of yours, of the identity of your choice. So you should accept what you choose, rather something what feels currently familiar, right? Your attention will always test this. Will always test this. He was the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. The mystery hid from the ages, Christ in you, the hope of glory. Here also he quotes the Bible, and I love this about it, because it actually shows how deep and how far these teachings went. You see, imagination is not reactive here. It is rather a source of your experience, you guys. But for what you experience is determined by where your attention consistently rests. Ask yourself the question, what am I dwelling on constantly? Because what brings you back, what pulls you back, this is what feels natural to you. If you're convinced with that, if you want more of that in your reality, please go ahead. Give it your airtime. But if you're not convinced with that, if you want to change your life outcomes, divert your attention to something that's more desirable. All right, and this is the golden nugget, I would call it that way. Interference is never external disruption. It is simply your shift of where you choose to inhabit and what you choose to inhabit. Okay? The he in the first of these quotations is your imagination, as previously explained. There is only one substance, and this substance is consciousness. It is your imagination which forms this substance into concepts, which concepts are then manifested as conditions, circumstances, and physical objects. Thus, imagination made your world. The supreme truth will, with but few exceptions, man is not conscious of. Alright, so the creative principle here is already active within all of us, you guys. And manifestation, any sort of manifestation, depends on our continuity. Because as we know, most people, you can either go back with your own example or just remember your friends and family. Most people, when they try to manifest, they assume. Then they quickly shift their attention, right? And then they assume something totally different. And then they will return again. And same game, right? And this creates instability of experience, of the expression overall. And it's not because desire is wrong. It's rather because your identity is not held consistently. That's all. So from nervous system lens, from a lived perspective, shifts in your attention often will come with sensations. I call them as impulses. You will have urgency to check, urgency to loop in your mind. There is also mental even comparison, maybe emotional contradictions or desire to resolve uncertainty, right? But these are not causes, you guys. These are only signals that your attention is moving, that it hasn't been stabilized in what you choose to express, okay? So if you feel it is done, but suddenly you want confirmation, you re-evaluate, or you even imagine alternatives, this is an interference, and attention really will reassign your identity of choice, because you cannot manifest anything that you're not devoted to. You cannot manifest anything that you're not expressing from yourself. If you imagine alternatives, you reevaluate, and you try to always rush things, and you try to confirm, soothe yourself, it means there is something lacking in your system that you do not believe is possible. All right. So this is a very important thing. That's why I actually want you to have this exercise, you guys. There's a key practice. When your attention shifts, I want you guys to not resist it, first of all, and not judge it also, all right? To not resist it and do not judge it. I want you to simply notice the shift. You must soften the urgency to act, that impulse, ignore it altogether. I want you to either do sports or have some me time. Any spa, any wellness activity works very well. Only then, after grounding your body, can you gently re-accept that state, desired state. Okay, it is not like a correction, but it is rather a quiet return. Because if you try to correct it by going deeply into visualization practices or meditating, your mind will still shift because it will resist. But if you ground your body, if you feel stable and anchored, only then can you re-enter the state, okay? And stabilization here is not forcing yourself to stay. It is rather becoming familiar enough with that state, so returning to it feels natural to you, and then you will eventually, bit by bit, you will express it. And it will be felt like normal you, real you. All right, so let's check this one. The mystery Christ in you referred to in the second quotation is your imagination by which your world is molded. The hope of glory is your awareness of the ability to rise perceptually to higher levels. And when you see this really clearly, you guys, you will stop treating life as if something is happening to you in here. Because you will realize that experience is the result of your selected identity that you sustain. All right? It's never forced, it's never struggle, it's never correction. So I want you to sleep on that and watch yourself, where your mind is, what pulls you out, because this is your real work. You do not really need more effort. You only need to eliminate counter interference. This is what I would call. As Neville portrays interference as something you have a conscious choice to exude, to sustain, right? But the counter interference is something your body already learned to do. So we want to eliminate that. You only need awareness of when attention shifts, and your willingness to return to what you are choosing to be. Choice here is the grand word, okay? Because manifestation is not really about holding everything perfectly. There is no such a thing as a perfect manifestation. It is only about what you consistently re-enter, because only then can you feel it natural. All right? So for today, I want to leave you with an exercise, another exercise. I want you just to notice one moment where your attention shifts and drifts away from your chosen state. I do not want you to correct it. I just want you to notice, okay, I moved. I'm conscious now. I caught myself. Okay? And then gently return after grounding your body first. That will be enough. So I will leave you with this, and I will see you in the next one.